I went to Monmouth University on the Jersey Shore with a degree in computer science, a minor in business administrations, a second minor in PR, and I was going to getting my master's in information systems. Some of my responsibilities are I do a lot of the beginning interviewing process, so I'll do preliminary and basic screening process for potential candidates that will bring on and work with us. I do training and developing when I'm out with the customers at whatever way we're doing the sales process. I'll be training them hand on. I feel like that monkey see, monkey do is really important. So I make sure that I can be with somebody and do that. And then overall, I work also with the expansion of moving into new markets. That's one of the newer things that we're looking to do pretty quickly before the end of the year is expand into another market. And help out more clients. So I'm working on that right now. After graduating from Monmouth University with my bachelor's, I applied to a bunch of different tech companies. A lot of them kind of rejected me they required like 5 years of experience. So I thought in the meantime, while I was pursuing getting my master's degree in information systems, I'd pursue getting some expertise in some other fields in business, and sales was a pretty good starting point. So I started in sales. So I've worked for a few different companies. I worked for 2 different startup companies. I've worked just random landscaping, and I've worked for like a pizzeria, but nothing really too fancy. The 2 startups that I did work for were the reason why I ended up wanting to go into something more entrepreneurialistic. One company created big boardwalk LED wheels. I did the programming for them. I found out that I wasn't really going to be growing very quickly at that position. I was the only one in the tech department, and I hired my best friend to work with me. So I knew the company wasn't really going too much outside of where it was, and about 60% of the company was the CEO's family. So I wasn't really feeling like I was going to grow anywhere. So I knew wherever I went, I wanted to be able to grow. The second company I worked for was an online tech company that pretty much gave people specific ads based off of what they looked online, and they would advertise to them on similar interests. I worked there for a summer. I enjoyed it. I thought I would potentially go back to it, but I had to finish up my last year of school, and the company sold to a larger, bigger company, and they moved everyone from one portion of South Jersey to New York City, and then pretty much once they passed all the guidelines of what they agreed when they were bought by the company, the bigger company fired about 80% of the tech department that I would be in. So I'm kind of happy I was not a part of that company. So I didn't want to be replaceable. So I wanted to be able to find somewhere where I could grow. And I also wanted to find somewhere where I wasn't replaceable. I actually mattered wherever I was at. So that was really important. You an introvert or extrovert, and how does it help you impact your role? I would say I'm more of an extrovert than an introvert. There are times that I would say I am introverted. But majority of the time I would say I'm an extrovert, and that helps impact my role of what I do on a day-to-day at Slight Edge, because I need to be outgoing. I need to be involved with the customers that I work with on a day-to-day, with the teams. Sometimes when we're working directly with the clients, making sure that I can communicate with them properly. And then just with management, making sure that we're all in the same field, and that what I believe I want to be able to do and what the company can do with the clients, they all kind of align, and I have to be able to speak up about it. So I think that's really important. I would say I just want to be a better role model for myself and for the guys that I train and develop. Every day I want to make sure that I'm doing the right stuff, and I'm dialing up the intensity of how I do it while making sure that it's not too intimidating for other people. I want to raise the bar of who I am so that not only the people that I work with raise the caliber of who they are on a day-to-day in their work field, but my future family knows like that I take care of things and I get the job done, and that I'm a great role model for them. Biggest way I say I've grown professionally is that self-development side. I think if I looked at myself when I first graduated college and told myself I'd be who I am today, in personal life and in my professional life, I don't think I would have been there. Like most people in college, I didn't really know what I was doing when I was coming out. So it was really tough trying to figure out who I was, but I knew that as long as I tried really hard, I'd find it. And I think I'd be pretty impressed on how much I've grown as an individual, and how much I've grown as a professional businessman. Most favorite or most impactful book you've read? I brought 2 specific ones. I think one that really helped me when I was brand new, it's Level Up Your Life by Steve Cam. I think it's really cool. He's actually from like the like a tech field. And it's a cool little book where if anyone's into like video games or like creativity like that or board games, the book teaches someone how to kind of like make your tasks that you do on a day to day more into like a video game, and it makes your life like a video game. And you get those little achievements and those challenges along the way that allow you to level up who you are as a character in your own video game or in your own life and sense. So I really like that one. And then one that I always read, I read The Power by Rhonda Bryan. That one's really good just for the sheer fact that if you're not constantly developing your mentality of who you are, then you're not growing. So I think she really puts a whole insight onto the law of attraction and different metaphors that she uses in it that are just really eye-opening. You have to read it a few times to really fully grasp the concept of some of the chapters, but it's a very good read, and I really appreciate it. When I was brand new, we Slight Edge did a scavenger hunt around Philadelphia. I was still reasonably new to Philly, and it was kind of cool because I had a guy on my team that I didn't meet really. I never really knew him. He was just put on my team. He knew where everything was in Philly. He was from Philadelphia. So we got to drive around Philadelphia. We went to the Rocky Steps, took pictures with the Rocky music in the background as we ran up the steps. It was one of the challenges. We went and got a cheesesteak and like ate it. We went all the way to like the harbor front and got to like pretty much finish there. We took pictures with the love sign. It was kind of cool. Like it was an introduction to seeing how Philadelphia is Philadelphia, being from New Jersey. We don't have a city like Philadelphia, I would say. So it was kind of cool getting to explore it and see around the area. My favorite part about working at Slight Edge is, I would say, I guess just the relationships that you make. It's nice being able to go to work where I generally have friends that would help me if I needed something outside of work, and they would take care of me. And being able to go out after work and just hang out, and whether it's playing sports or getting a drink at the bar or something like that and just hanging out, I think that's just really important. And I would say that's my favorite part, is the culture and environment that I think nowadays everybody in the world kind of needs, is that nobody wants to be stuck in like a cubicle. And I knew that the tech field was giving me that, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be a part of something a little bit more involved and be a part of like a family.